You are listening to Chaos Springs Eternal, a Delta Green actual play, brought to you by Quartermasters of the Tabletop. This is Season 1, City of Woe. Delta Green, by its nature, deals with violent themes and disturbing imagery, as well as horrors beyond our comprehension. Now, if you're one of those people who don't mind comprehending some horrors from time to time, I think you'll have a good time listening here. Join us, won't you? Hello and welcome back to Chaos Springs Eternal. This is we're on episode 20, guys. Can you believe that?
Oh,
pretty episodes in.
Good.
And we've gotten so little done.
Yeah. You went to a house. You went to the emergency room. You went back to the house. I mean, I guess you did go to City Hall. In the meantime, you did go to the library. You did go to the Pickled Pin Bowling Alley. We've been a lot of places. I feel like you guys have figured out quite a bit of the mystery here. Obviously, there's some outstanding questions.
I do have one question that's kind of outstanding.
Okay.
What city are we in?
We're in Carrefour, Louisiana.
You failed the quiz. It's the city of Woe. Whoa!
Oh boy.
There it is.
There it is. Oh man.
There it is.
You just got owned. Unless
You
you
just
edit
got
it out
owned.
and then you edit me.
Lighting a cigarette off and burning
Hang on.
corpse.
Welcome back to City of Woe.
If he edited this bit out, he fucked up. He didn't say that. You didn't say the line.
You're just gonna
You're
keep
right.
editing shit out.
You're right. I didn't. What were we going to talk about? Oh, the Thanksgiving dishes. We were kind of discussing. It's that time of year, at least by the time that this comes out. So it may be a little too early for us to be thinking about our
It's
actual
currently
dishes.
2024 in like June. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, do you guys have a favorite Thanksgiving dish, or like one that you have to have for it to be Thanksgiving? Like, I know early on in my wife and I's marriage, we went over to her sister's for Thanksgiving, and she was like asking me, like, hey, what do you traditionally have? And I didn't realize until that moment. Actually, it was after the dinner that I was like, oh, I do have opinions about Thanksgiving. Like, what dishes should be included?
Yeah.
Like, my mom always makes white rice with this mushroom gravy. And growing up, we always had it. And I didn't know that, like, no one else in the world has it, apparently, because everyone I've talked to about it, it's like, what are you talking about?
Is that rice casserole?
No. It's just white rice. You just make white rice, and then there's this mushroom, like creamy mushroom gravy, not like brown
Cream
gravy.
of mushroom gravy.
You put, well, yeah, kind of.
Is it
mushroom,
soup or gravy?
No, it's like gravy.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That sounds delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It is
I know what
fantastic.
Dan is talking about. I have never, ever heard of that at a Thanksgiving table, and it sounds so good.
I only ever have it at Thanksgiving, and it's one of those things that I look forward to every year.
Nice.
What about you, Mark? You got any Thanksgiving traditions from when you were there for the first Thanksgiving?
Yep. Yeah, I like SARS blankets, and I like giving people I don't know smallpox.
Oh,
so
good. Yeah.
yeah, let me see
Perfect.
here.
Got him. All right, wrap it up.
This is a sting operation.
This is
you
all a
little
ruse
bastard.
to get me to
That shit is on tape
quite
now.
the elaborate ruse.
And the show.
I too, when I got married, didn't realize how many traditions my family had installed in me, but nothing compares to what my wife's traditions are. They've got, like, if they don't have pumpkin pie, rice casserole, green bean casserole, it's like they don't have sugar cookies and snickerdoodles. It's like there's 1,000 things that have to happen on Thanksgiving. And if they don't all happen, then my wife is like disappointed in our Thanksgiving fare. I just need a properly made, huge, gigantic pot of potatoes. That's it. Mashed potatoes.
Hell yeah.
If they have good mashed potatoes,
yeah.
and usually I end up making them because I'm a pretty good mashed potato maker. And
No one else can shoulder this responsibility.
no one else can shoulder that responsibility. So I have to have really good mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving.
Atlas putting
you do
potatoes
the-
into a stir fry pot.
Jesus Christ. Do you do the silky smooth kind or you do the chunky kind?
No, you got to do chunky.
Correct
I made the
answers only
mistake.
here.
I made the mistake of having my brother-in-law do potatoes one year, and he made them like they were like grit consistency, and I was like, no,
Oh,
way.
no,
What?
no.
Yeah,
What?
no. Yeah, he made
I
like
do
I
love
like
grits.
super
I kinda
whipped
like
them. He like riced the potatoes, and then he like, oh, they were terrible. It was like eating soup, like mashed potato soup.
Oh, yeah.
It was so gross. And I was like, I looked at him and I said, never again. And he goes, what? And then I walked away.
Hand in your apron.
After you shot him? Like
After I killed the man. Yeah.
Stabbed him in the kidneys, walked away.
Yep. I just looked at him. I was
Scatterpace.
like, never again. And then I walked away and he looked at me quizzically. He's a very reticent man. So I could get away with stuff like that. It was fun.
Noah, you got a I guess presumably dairy based favorite Thanksgiving meal? Thanksgiving
Yeah,
cereal.
my
It's
joke
cereal.
answer is one year my dad and I we couldn't go up to North Carolina to visit our his mom and my grandma and all of our family up north, and so we just stayed at home and ate a DiGiorno pizza one year.
Hell yeah.
And
I
every other
somehow
time,
knew. I somehow knew.
every other time it is I had it one year, and every time I've gone back, I was like, can y'all hook me up with that brown sugar glazed ham? Can y'all just hook me up with that
Ooh, yeah.
brown sugar glazed ham, please?
I do love a
It's
ham.
so
but
good.
ham at Thanksgiving is not usually what I go for.
Yeah, but
I-
ham is like the
I'm not a
secondary
big
meat.
turkey guy.
Dude, I'm not either unless it's Thanksgiving turkey. Like it's
Noah, I know you're a
Thanksgiving
big
turkey is
human
made a
guy.
special way.
Oh boy.
Gop, gop.
Stop.
Wow. You could tell someone's a dad.
You bastard.
Says the dad.
It says
Yeah.
a dad. Yeah.
I've got 2 cats. That's as close as it gets.
Yeah. What about you, Tyler? You got a go to? Or sorry, Noah, you said that was your joke answer. Oh no, you said
no.
ham. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a real one, yeah.
I have extreme
Specifically brown
short-term
sugar
memory
glazed
loss.
ham.
Yes.
I forget conversation that happened literal seconds ago.
Literally seconds ago. This happens to me all the time at dinner too. When I ask
Yep.
my kids about their day, and they're like, "Well, what's a good thing from your day?" And they tell me one thing, and then we move on, and I'm like, "So what was a good thing from your day?" Like, did I just ask you that? Yeah.
Are you constantly having coffee tea eggs?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, that's probably it. Tyler, go.
So I love all food as a fat kid does. But for me there are 4 things I have to have at Thanksgiving. Everything else doesn't need to be there, but I'd prefer to be there. But these 4 have to be there. A good ass turkey, preferably deep fried, but if you give it like a nice slow bake in the oven with a bunch of aromatics, some carrots, some parsley, some thyme, some garlic, hella butter, all wrapped in some foil in that oven for like 5 hours. Delicious.
Amen,
Great.
brother.
Amazing. The other thing, with my family being from Kentucky mostly, stuffing. Give me that stuffing. Some people
yeah.
might call it dressing. Especially cornbread dressing. Love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet potatoes. Some nice baked sweet potatoes. Not yams. Not like the candied yams you get from the can.
Mm-hmm.
Proper whole sweet potatoes. And my final one is my grandma every year makes this dessert. She only makes it twice a year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And it is my favorite thing in the whole world. I don't care for sweets, but this shit is rocking. We call it Cherry Delight. I don't know if it's called something else. It's kind of like a runnier cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking good. Like it doesn't hold its shape super well, but it just has like a nice graham cracker layer on the bottom, and then like that fake cherry glaze, the gel with chunks of cherries on top, like cherries on top of it, all over. I'll eat an entire pan of that shit by myself.
Oh, interesting.
And
But
are
I
you
will
are
have-
you not lactose intolerant?
I am very lactose intolerant, and it is mostly cream cheese.
I am so sorry for you.
I've accepted my fate.
I saw a TikTok from a guy that was like, good news for lactose intolerant people. Like cheeses, like, he named like 6 cheeses, are fine for you to eat because they're aged and they don't have any lactose in them. And almost every comment was like, I'm lactose intolerant. I just eat cheese. It's fine.
I will
Correct
suffer.
answers only.
Correct answers only. Yeah.
Yeah, I know so many people that are lactose intolerant, and they're like, I know 2 people that are like, if I look at milk, I will crumble in pain for the next 3 days. They'll still get a cheeseburger. They're like, I'm not gonna not get cheese on this hamburger.
Yeah, that's why, honestly, lactose intolerant is just one of those things I don't take seriously. It's just like, yeah, I get you're lactose intolerant, but you're just announcing that as basically all that means is you're saying I'm gonna shit my pants after I eat this cheese. I didn't need to know that.
It's none of our business.
I want everyone to know I am going to shit my brains out in 10 minutes after consuming this milkshake.
Yeah, just tell us that.
Yeah,
I'd rather hear that. That would be fun.
Honestly, yeah. At this point, lactose intolerance, like if you never ordered cheese, I probably wouldn't notice it, right? Like,
I'd notice immediately.
Well, okay, no, I'm saying
The
if we went
farting-
out to a
the
diner
farting and
and
tummy
2 people
rumples
got
begin.
cheeseburgers and 2 people got hamburgers, like I'm not going to assume that the hamburger people are lactose intolerant, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
the 2
assume
people
we're
who ordered the cheeseburgers.
It's the 2 people who ordered the cheeseburgers. So the only reason at that point to go out of your way to say I'm lactose intolerant is to inform me about what's going to happen once you eat that cheese.
Hey, by the way,
you
I'm
are
lactose
in the-
intolerant. Chugs a gallon of milk.
This is a threat.
Yeah, at this point,
What
telling people
car
you're
driver
lactose
have?
intolerant is not expecting anything of them. You're not asking them to like remove any milk products. You're just informing them that you are going to fart a lot.
Me going over to
It is
Homie's
a
house.
threat. Noah.
Where's your milk?
Oh,
Please
man.
stop. Please. No, no, no.
Well, speaking of threats, y'all had a fun one last time. We got a little research done on Marcy's part, where she was able to get some information about Colette and Sawyer Babineau, where the article seemed to intimate that Colette was part of some sort of maybe coven or maybe used magic to seduce him. Marcy was looking for more, family history and that sort of stuff, where she ran across some ads for the metaphysical shop, the Ethereal Essence Emporium. Y'all learned that Sawyer had died a couple years after the baby, and that it was a home birth with no apparent presiding doctor. Then we flashed over to the police station where Joel and Cyril begin to question Chelsea. Chelsea, when she was having a pretty hard time. You asked about so Antoine's actions and like the fight that they had. Basically, he has kind of a weird life. So him acting strange was not like, there's no way, there was a hard baseline to figure out if he was acting more strange than usual. And the fight had been about some of the business that he had, basically him not being around in Carrefour, making it sort of a long distance relationship, and they were on the outs. You asked her about the pink Jeep, and she didn't know anything. Just that there was a tough long distance relationship. Let's see. She echoed some of the same story that y'all had heard about Colette, that she apparently knew from Antoine telling her. And she was very insistent that she didn't kill Antoine, and kind of asked y'all, like, what do you think happened? You weren't able to give her any. After talking a little bit more with Detective Marr, you pointed out, like, hey, even if we do get the body from Glomus, that really doesn't prove her innocence. The chief appeared to just push this through really fast. And then y'all thought about going to the Carrefour Oasis Center Mall to do laps. Marcy then texted to catch up. Y'all caught up just a little bit more. So you found out that in 1953, baby Margot was born to Colette and Sawyer. And Sawyer died in 1955. And y'all talked a little bit about the metaphysical store. Marcy had a critical role in the occult check, where she realized that the spell on the house was probably older than Glomus, and so maybe it also came from a witch. It was a sort of boundary/sealing spell. Y'all realized that you didn't have a last name for Colette, and then Detective Marr gave you information about the pink Jeep driver/owner, which is Ezra Blackburn, a name which we have not heard before. So I think there was so this is we're kind of late Monday night. This is post Monday Night Football. Your time at Eddie's Diner. You went over to the station, and Marcy was home doing some research. Do we want to just flash forward Tuesday morning, or is there anything else you wanted to get done in the night?
Marcy would make sure that she has everything she needed to bring over to her uncle's bunker.
Okay, yeah, you could make a trip to the store. I think you did cover that on Monday.
Already,
So
yeah.
Okay.
if that's all, then we can sort of talk about what your Tuesday looks like. I think the idea was to try and get back to Carrefour to Florazon Manor Tuesday night. So today will be sort of a gathering the rest of the information you need and supplies and any of that. So let me know what do y'all want to do?
Well, I think we definitely need to go to that bookstore.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way we're going to...
Joel has to go to work.
Joel has to go to work.
Nerd.
Yeah, I think we need to go to the bookstore just to see if we can do research on whatever metaphysical things are happening to the house and with Colette. And we also learned, and I don't know if you said it, Dan, but that Margot was born and she lived for a couple days. Originally, she had been stillborn.
Yeah, so it does seem like there's sort of two conflicting stories around her birth.
Yeah, so yeah, that means that there's something else going on. So yeah, I think we need to go to the bookstore. That's all that I was going to do today, was just tag along with somebody to the bookstore.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcy would definitely go.
Tyler, could you go ahead and just roll a 1d8 for Joel?
1d8, you say?
Just a 1d8.
Sure can. 5.
Okay, so you're scheduled for 5 hours today.
Okay. He's
So
like, oh, it's a short day.
I mean, it's just like they're having you clock out at lunch kind of thing, or just after
Pep in a
lunch.
step extra. He's like, oh shit, okay. Fuck yeah.
So I don't know if y'all want to just sort of go in the afternoon to this place, or if you or if Marcy and Cyril want to go while Joel works.
We can wait for Joel, or yeah, because Marcy's got to run over to her uncle's.
Okay. Yeah, actually, let's do that. So no, let's put Marcy at her uncle's. He's a little bit on the outskirts of town, not like Florazon Manor far, but sort of some of the neighborhoods north of the town. He's past where the developed neighborhoods are, where it starts opening to some land that way.
She'll drive all the way out here, make sure she has the supplies that he requested, and a small little treat of like some Twinkies that she knows that he won't complain about, and she'll drive out to his little bunker out in the middle of the outskirts.
Yeah, and as
walk
you
up to the pad.
Yeah, as you drive past that fence, pull into sort of the driveway, walking over to where the sort of door, it's almost like a door in the middle of the field because it just has like a little backdrop that goes down. And it's got a little, keypad with a buzzer and a little camera. So as you buzz, you hear the door click open, that it has been unlocked for you. And a voice from the keypad says, come on in.
Okay, I'm on my way. She'll hurry in, knowing that he hates it being left open for too long, and make her way in and begin going down.
So you make your way down these stairs, and it opens into this sort of cold, harshly lit, sort of open room. And from the far side, a door opens, and your uncle, I just forgot his name. This is Barnabas. Your Uncle Barnabas. Makes his way through the door. And the first thing that you notice is that he has got like a fleece jacket on over like his undershirt, and like just like kind of gray jeans, and under the fleece jacket you notice that one of his arms is like in a sling, and he's like, did you bring the Tylenol?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, I was just doing some work and slipped, and my arm, I think it might be broken. I don't know. I'm just taking it easy.
Okay. Do you need me to make another run and grab anything else? Some like a first aid kit or something, or?
No. This. I just ran out of painkillers. And he looks, and it's like, I don't know what size painkiller you got him, but he's like, yeah, this should last me a little bit, at least till the next run. So
yeah, it's like 2 bottles of acetaminophen.
Yeah. and he takes like an extra large dose.
You shouldn't take more than the prescribed dosage,
He's like,
Uncle.
Marcy, hey, thanks for bringing it. All right. And he goes over, like, in this room, it's sort of like a one room, like he's got the kitchen along one wall with like a built-in fridge. There's ventilation going up, but it's very like almost industrial looking. And so he begins to put some of these things away, obviously only using his left hand for all of this. So it's sort of taking extra long. You could go ahead and make a search roll.
Oh boy.
Or like, I don't know, you don't have any like medicine or like
I have
physiology.
I have a little bit of no, I don't. Okay, that was a different I have 10% in first aid, but that's it. But yeah, I got search and alertness, but that's
go ahead and make a search roll.
Okay. 46 over 23, that's a failure.
Yeah, I mean he's just like moving kind of fast. I don't know if you're trying to help him put some of these things away, but he's, politely declining the help as he I say politely, he's rudely declining the help as he kind of like pushes past you to help unload some of these things and like move, cereal to the pantry. And he reaches in his back pocket.
Sorry.
He's like, yeah. Hey, listen, I've got a lot on the plate today. So again, thank you for coming by. Thank you for the restock. You know I appreciate this. But
yeah, of course.
Here, and he, hands you the, $100 or whatever to cover the cost of the groceries. And he's like, a little for yourself. And he pulls out like another 20, and he's like,
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Listen, are you like busy next week, this week, anytime? I've got some like I said, I'm doing some projects down here, and I could maybe use some of your computer help. Just, like running some network cables and a handful of other, like fixing some cameras and like climbing some trees, that sort of thing.
I can make some time to help. Currently, that TV show I'm on now, the Phantom Phinders, I brought you like taped sessions of it, but I don't know if you've watched any of it yet. We've found some weird shit going on, and I actually fell through the floor and hurt my arm after I was shoved down by an actual full-on spirit.
You fell through the floor?
Yeah.
And that's how you hurt your arm. Yeah, I will. Like I said,
Are you familiar with the Florizen Manor?
Florizen Manor. It's is that the Babineau's place?
Yeah, it's the Babineau's ancestral home ground or whatever.
Only by reputation. I've never been out there.
It's 100% haunted.
Oh, really? Like, wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Barnabas, I'm telling you, that shit's haunted.
Huh. Well, go figure. I assumed all the ghosts were, I don't know, the old world, not here.
That also leads me into the next batch of bad news. Remember that RC car you helped me build?
Yeah.
It got destroyed by rats.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
After I fell through, I used it to try to scope out some area downstairs, and it got destroyed by rats.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that, but I'm sure we could build a new one. They're, it's RC cars. They're not exactly, I mean, they're not cheap, but
I've got more bad news. Radio Shack is out of business.
No! He drops to both of his knees and raises his left arm in the sky.
This was the one thing keeping him alive.
Those damn apes!
Jeez.
Like
they blow it up.
They blow it up. No, he stands back up. Oh, Marcy, I know. I do have internet and TV down here. I am aware of.
I just wanted to make sure.
Listen, I know I'm a little sheltered from society, but that doesn't mean that I'm physically sheltered, not socially sheltered.
I get you.
Yeah, but okay. Well, anyways, and he's like putting away the last things, and he's like, "Well, thanks for coming, and you can see yourself out."
Okay. If you need anything, just let me know. I know sometime this week or next week, I'll cut out some time and let you know a time that and see if it works for you.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Stay safe.
You too. And Marcy.
Yeah.
You aren't leaving town anytime soon, right? You're gonna stay in town?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Just I need to make sure that I have someone I can rely on.
Anytime.
Yeah. All right. And you make your way up the stairs and out.
Yep.
And I kind of appreciate that Marcy can't. I think the last role that she had when he was on the phone. Also, she had a little bit of trouble figuring out what was going on.
Yep.
She's had a little trouble now, and so that's fun. That's just a little mystery that's baking in the background for all of our listeners and active players. What could be going on?
I have
there?
18 luck. I can't push it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, it's don't worry. Hey,
no, it just means for any listeners, they're like, why don't they use luck? I've used all of mine already.
Some mysteries are meant to be longer term things, So, some are just flavorful. But after that, do you make your way back into town, and we can kind of skip ahead? It's a nothing notable day at work for Joel. Part of me was like, should we have Joel roll to see if he gets crushed by a car?
Please, for the love of God.
No,
am I making another silencer?
amazing.
No, this is just a weird tube.
But
this is an
all
actual cat.
Let's I assume that all three of you want to head over to the Ethereal Essence Emporium.
Yeah, definitely. If
that's
Joel gets invited.
Oh, a new canvas.
Yeah, I assume you would. Heading into the Ethereal Essence Emporium, it's actually a store within the mall, and so you have to go over to the Oasis Mall. What did I call it? The Carrefour Oasis Mall? Is that just the name? Carrefour Oasis Center Mall, where you enter the Ethereal Essence Emporium. So in this metaphysical bookshop, there's everything: crystals, books, some herbs. No, not herbs. There's just a guy named Herb. You've got sort of tarot decks and crystal balls and various jewelry. You've got candles, some athames, which if you guys don't know, those are ceremonial daggers. You've got fae charms and gemstone, all sorts of fun stuff there. And behind the counter is tall, statuesque woman with a band of wild, curly auburn hair framing her face, with shockingly ice blue eyes. She's dressed in sort of an earthy tone, long dress adorned with plenty of intricate jewelry. So as you enter the doors and the bell ding, she says, "Hello and welcome to the Ethereal Essence Emporium. How can I help you today? I'm Luna Blackwood." And then she recognizes Joel, and she's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?"
Hey, Luna, how's it been?
Oh, pretty good. Just same old. Oh, what an honor! We've got all the Phantom Phinders here today. What brings y'all to my humble shop?
I believe Marcy has the most information on what it exactly we're trying to narrow down on here, but pretty sure it has something to do with any occult history around Carrefour.
Oh, Marcy, you're looking for some local history, huh? That's are you guys doing a show around here? It's
Yeah, we're investigating something for someone around town, and we were hoping if you had any information on any culture around town that would have handled other occult esoteric stuff, or if you have anything just for stuff that could help us clear out spirits.
Oh, okay. So sort of a multifaceted approach. So local history, and there's not a lot of local books around here, unfortunately. I do know a little bit of the local history. That's just one of my very many side projects. But yeah, she steps out from behind the counter and begins walking along the bookshelves, and she's like, "I've got some stuff, just various esoteric stuff that just Louisiana generally obviously has a long history of voodoo and some other sort of we get some cryptid sightings, those sorts of things. Nothing specific to Carrefour though, but is there something specific in town that you're looking for? There's a few rumored to be haunted spots that I'm aware of. She's sort of guiding you through all like these books and pulling out a couple sort of general Louisiana ones, a couple voodoo ones. I don't know if any of these strike your fancy or if there's something more specific you're looking for.
We don't have the last name for the family at all, do we?
For the Babineaus?
No, not the Babineaus. The Martha
Colette. No, you
Colette.
don't have Colette.
I'm bad with names. It just anything that might have ties to the like smaller families that maybe were more well known several like centuries ago, like just a couple generations back.
Several centuries, couple generations.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forget the term for hundreds. Centuries is thousands, isn't it?
No, centuries is hundreds, but like
you're looking for something from like 60 to 70 years ago.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was my bad.
Also,
yeah, no, Jesus Christ.
Is there a reason we're playing coy here? We've been tasked to investigate this. We can just tell people flat out, right? We're not hiding it, correct?
Well, I just assume for like, I don't know.
For like anonymity. I get
Yeah.
it. We're looking into, hi Luna, we're looking into the Florazon Manor, the ancestral home of the Babineaus.
Oh, the Florazon Manor.
And we're trying to figure out what happened out there. And specifically in terms of maybe some sort of ritual or some sort of thing like that has to do with childbirth.
Well, she says, well, Cyril, that's a very interesting question. Now, you say you've done some research into the Florazon Manor. I assume you're familiar with some of the stories about its sordid history.
Yeah, we're aware of certain histories. You may know more than us, but we know about the smuggling, and we know about the smuggling for the French and things of that nature. We know that, we have it on a good authority that it seems to be a place like almost like a nexus of power, if you believe in that sort of stuff.
She gives a little sly smile. She says, "Nexus is a great word for it. It definitely has a powerful location, but you all are still, I feel, dancing around some of the realities of that manor."
Well, please take the lead on this dance.
Well, you all know
we'd be interested in.
You all know the rumors about some of the nastier things that have gone on there, right?
Do we know any of that stuff?
I don't know. She is doing a little bit of probing.
We know about, I don't know. I don't know any.
We know of a child that was born there, and suddenly the mother and father go missing shortly after it passes, either before it's even born or just a couple of days after. We're getting kind of mixed readings there, but
yes. Well, there you go. That's one of the nastier episodes in the history. The whole matter with Colette. Colette, of course, was rumored to be a powerful witch.
You're familiar.
Yeah. Of course, I am still part of the Coven, and we know the story. It's awful, really, what happened, because sometimes people fall in love, and love makes you do stupid things, and sometimes you get pregnant, and sometimes children die. And when children die, people look for someone to blame. And who are they going to blame? Well, obviously the witch, right? But they don't understand what witchcraft is about, right? It's not about casting spells. It's really just a sisterhood where we can gather together and enjoy time among other women.
A community of power.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know, back then maybe there were other things that went on, but the claim that Colette seduced the boy, nonsense. Obviously nonsense. It's the way to save face for those Babineaus. But, yes, did you have specific questions about that incident?
I mean, anything you can tell us would be more than enlightening. We know just things based on, hearsay and from strictly within inside the Babineaus. So if you know more, I mean, I'd be more than grateful if you just told us the whole story that you know.
Go ahead and let's see some persuade rolls.
It'd mean a lot.
Because you were, go ahead.
We're working an awful lot of nothing right now, unfortunately. The mayor's not exactly willing to speak too much on what happened prior, so we can't really get a whole lot to talk about for any B-roll footage.
He's a real cagey bastard.
Yeah, they're all like a steel trap over there. They don't want to talk about. They just say it's a nasty incident in their past, and they just want to keep it in the skeletons in the closet. But
anything that might mar their reputation.
I get it. I mean, prominent family, political. It makes sense, but it don't help when you're trying to help them.
A witch and a haunting in the same building is kind of the story, don't you think?
It's no coincidence. And so Cyril, or Mark, you've rolled for Cyril a 72 under 75, which is a success.
Yep, success.
And so she steps up to you, and she, she's obviously much shorter than you, but she puts her fingers sort of on your chest and says, Cyril, someday we'll have to get to know each other a little better, but you never come by, so I only see you from time to time.
Perhaps we could rectify that.
Perhaps we could shoot some promotional material for the shop.
That sounds amazing.
If you all would you mind stepping in the back office with me? I have a few things that you may wish to see. And she walks back behind the counter and invites everyone sort of this room.
Do you need to put the closed sign up, or?
No, it's fine. I'll hear anyone who comes in.
As Joel walks behind Cyril and Luna, looks to Marcy and just like stupid grin on his face, and does like the okay, and then the finger through the hole, like looking at the two of them
for sure. Yeah.
As she brings you into this room back behind the counter, she pulls out some newspaper clippings and pulls out a gun.
I knew it.
We're all dead. Yeah.
I work for the ghost.
She shoots all of us. I work for the ghost.
She pulls
the
out
Rougarou sends its regards.
Pulls out a little book. It's kind of like a scrapbook, but it's like got a big leather cover and like big pages that she turns through, and she's like, yes, well, the history of our coven is long and storied, and I'll admit, there's not many of us left, and at this point it really has become more of a social club than anything else, but obviously we have not always been that way. Colette, the baby was dead when it was born, and for whatever reason, the Babineaus refused to accept that, and so they spent the next couple days trying to keep the baby alive, even though it never breathed. It was never born, and it really wasn't until a couple days later when someone came by to pronounce the death, and they decided to inter the child, that things changed. But what really happened was that something changed in Sawyer as well. Sawyer was the boy who got Colette pregnant. Well, he became incredibly abusive and incredibly mean, and what he did to Colette was unspeakable, and wound up in her being driven from the manor. As a result, she returned to the manor later, and she performed a ritual. And that ritual was to forever bind herself to the manor as a way to keep a watch over where her child had died. Now, this is where it becomes a little more difficult, because you see, the Babineaus were no stranger to the esoteric arts, and sometimes when there is enough hate and rage from one person to another, it attracts other things. Echoes. Evil spirits. The rumor was that Colette had attached herself to this evil spirit, maybe as a way of protecting things, or maybe as a way of getting revenge, some way to torment. Obviously, we don't really have any records of Colette because after she was run off, we just knew that she went back to the house to cast some sort of protective spell, and that was the last we heard of her. Our best efforts to find out what had gone wrong or what had gone right were met with stonewalling from the Babineaus, and especially from Sawyer. And, well, he didn't last much longer after that. And whether that was Colette's reach beyond the grave, or the torment of losing the child, or just, righteous judgment, who can say? And she's like flipping through all these things, and it's got like notes from women. There's like runes, and there's like various spell markings, and there's just sort of like a little page about Colette with a little historical background. I don't know if you guys want to ask more questions or clarifying questions. I'm open to all of that.
When you say that evil draws evil, you mean the Babineaus were messing around in this kind of occult stuff?
Well, yes,
they weren't abhorrent to the esoteric arts. What do you mean by that?
Well,
they obviously tried to keep the child alive, but through what means?
Well, there are spells in various grimoires. Some grimoires I carry in the shop have spells that would resuscitate people back to life, keep the spark alive.
What?
That's what they claim, Marcy. I carry no guarantees.
And your coven in the past was doing that to try and keep the child alive, even though it never was born alive.
No. This would have been the Babineaus. They were... Listen, when you're a woman, women through history have had to deal with the loss of children. And in the Coven, we are aware of lost children. I mean, the number of pregnancies that end in a miscarriage, end in stillbirth, that you wouldn't even know. It's so many. So no, that was not something that was from our end. We do not seek to artificially prolong life or bring things back. That's a common misconception. We actually honor life. We have a connection to nature, to the divine feminine, and so no, that was not us. It could have been the Babineaus. That was the rumor anyway. Again, Colette wasn't there, or if she was there, she didn't come back and tell us. But presumably the reason that they didn't record the baby's death until 2 days later, even though it was born dead, was that they were trying to bring it back to life.
And why would they want this baby alive so much? I mean, what is the purpose of... I understand the sanctity of life and things of that nature, but like, this was the 50s. I mean, babies, it was not unheard of to have babies die like this. So what was so special about this child?
She looks at you and she says, the Babineaus do not have some idea of the sanctity of life. If they did, Sawyer wouldn't have done what he did. He wouldn't have run off the woman that he impregnated, right? So no, I don't think it was some notion of the sanctity of life. I can't say
so there was
exactly
some
what
other
it was.
Reason. Yeah.
But the Babineaus, I mean, you've seen their history. They have dealt in some sordid affairs.
True.
It's possible they just needed more blood in the family. There's that idea of, the power of the blood, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How old is this coven of yours?
Oh, we go back a long time. Centuries, you might say. She gives you a wink.
Listen,
Bitch
I
is
don't have
meta.
a very good grasp of time.
Generational centuries.
Do you know who the Babineaus might have used for these rituals or anything? Like, were there other covens in the area Do you know of any other Covens still in the area, or anyone who can do magic like that?
Joel, it was them. The Babinos.
So
They didn't need any
they're
magic.
Oh
smart.
shit!
Ooh.
Interesting.
So we
Oh,
got
no.
some real Lovecraft shit going on. Understood. Okay.
Sorry, what? Who? What?
You should look it up. I think
Minecraft.
it's right up your alley.
Minecraft.
Does
I
he
love
not?
that game.
Does he not exist in this?
She pulls out her computer and she's like, I spawned on my own server. I've been playing it a lot. No.
Just give you a friend code for later there. No. Okay. Okay. There have been reports of an angry girl, in the manor. The spirit of an angry girl.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that there's some evil thing that has, potentially gone to that manner, kind of playing off what you said, what could do something like that? Like, what would use the guise of a dead girl? Or is it actually her?
Well, it's a very tough question. Obviously, I don't claim to know all paranormal phenomenon, but maybe it was a way of striking where things were most sensitive. If the things that you fear often are the things that hurt you the most, right? You ever hear the phrase, you always hurt the ones you love? Well,
All too well.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the best way to hurt someone is to imitate the thing that they love, right? Be as close as possible without being the real thing. Think about it this way. You're a man who just had his way with a woman who comes to tell you she's got a child. And then when the child is born, it dies. Well, you take out your wrath on the woman, right? And you mourn the loss of a child. And that's karmic punishment. What comes to torment you? Well, little girl, right? A reminder of the thing that you lost. Doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
I guess not.
I guess not.
Anyone could make a not insight? Human roll.
Human-int?
If she falls under it.
Human intelligence.
An artificial kidding.
Whoa!
I rolled
59 over 11.
Wow. I think that's our first 100.
Wow.
Oh my god, Cyril.
Proud of you.
Just giving you all a chance to check it off, really.
Thanks.
Failure of 81. Jesus Christ. Can we read anyone today, boys?
No.
Nope. But so I would say the only thing that y'all get, first off, Cyril is like, wow, this woman is just on the level. There's no like emotion in her voice. She's maybe you're just distracted by her looks.
Probably.
But
This bitch is crazy and hot.
And I like it.
Marcy and Joel.
I can fix her.
I can fix her.
Correct. Fuck. Am I
It's
just
me.
Cyril?
Maybe she can
Am
fix
I
me.
Did you base Cyril off me? I'm mad.
That's me in high school, for sure.
That's me now.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
But Marcy and Joel, y'all, even with your just regular failures, you're kind of like, oh, she's really like surprisingly passionate about this for something that happened, a while back. But that's all that really, maybe she's just a passionate person.
Damn, I sure hope she isn't an ancient immortal like that other creature we just encountered.
She says, go ahead.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but were there other people at her birth? Is there any other record of, was your coven there at this birth? Because we have conflicting reports as to whether or not there were people there with her.
I don't know much about the birth itself.
Okay.
I assume it was a home birth.
It was we have record that it was a home birth, but we've heard stillborn. Was it stillborn or did it die shortly after? Do you have any idea what the difference would be?
I always understood that it was stillborn, but that the Babinos attempted to keep it alive to revive it for a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so they may have not allowed anything to be put as on the record until after all of their attempts were thoroughly failed.
So, okay, so we're doing this so that we can help the mayor keep the house out of corporate hands, is what he's telling us. That some corporation wants to have the land out there, and we're trying to make it sound like this is a historic place and that there's a ton of cool shit that's happening out there. Like, as far as the land is concerned, is there anything special about where this property's sitting that you know of?
Is it some nexus of ley lines,
Yeah,
or
is it like
some
a ley
ancient
line
burial
crossing,
ground?
or is it, just a spiritual well or something?
She says, well, yeah. I mean, it sits right on two major ley lines. And she pulls down like a little map, and she's got like big old
those are real?
circles drawn on it. And it's the map of just like sort of the North American continent. And you see like 7 or 8, and there's 2 that cross right where Carrefour is.
Crossroads.
She says, yeah, this is a pretty powerful point. I've always attributed sort of the town's success with the Carrefour Candy Company and the big shipping hub. That's not a coincidence. It comes from the town lying on this crossroads, and of course the manor is right there as well. It's right there. So probably, I've always assumed that old Marie Angie chose that place herself. She was alleged to be tied in with some French occultists back in the day, and so it wouldn't surprise me if she chose that spot specifically to build the manor.
And for my own recollection, she was like the matriarch of the Babineaus, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, can you just give us like 2 minutes real quick?
Sure.
Joel will step outside real quick, look around. Is anyone in the building?
No, there's like a handful of people walking through the mall, but no one's looking like they're going to make their way in.
He'll, bring the other 2 in real close. Okay, so, I'm gonna be honest. I always kind of thought she was kind of a psychopath, a little touched, but,
Oh, she seems nice. Don't talk about her like
no,
that.
like not like in a bad way, but like in a weird way. But fuck, she might be. She's like right about all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little eerie, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I almost want to have her come with us one time.
I hear
Well,
you.
we need to definitely ask her if there's a way to break what Colette did.
Yeah, and I think the best way that we can figure that out if she sees it or even talks to Colette.
The only problem I'm finding here is if that man is sitting on a super powerful spot, we got one entity, I think we all know who it is, that wants us to give him that power. Right? And it's like, I don't know. I just don't trust that friend of ours very far for some reason. Just seems like a grab for power that's not necessary. But he says it is, but it hasn't been necessary for centuries.
We might not be the first people that it's reached out to.
Well, that's true. But I don't know about bringing her out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but
we have options. That is the important thing, is that we have options. We can gain more information about our options over time. We just need to have it in mind before the final curtain call.
Yeah. I think we talked to her about how we break what Colette did. See if she knows any way to undo that, or what we could do to rectify that situation to rid the house of the ghosts, right?
Yes.
We got to do that prior to breaking the ward. We can already break the ward. We got that thing that Glomus gave us.
Correct.
We just need to find a way to get rid of the ghosts.
I don't want to see what she says about it.
When Cyril said Glomus's name, did it glitch out? Or did he stop talking?
No.
Okay. That was
Handy little-
Marcy
yeah.
thinking like
Eavesdropping,
if someone's listening to us, is it gonna? Okay.
Are we being eavesdropped on?
Yes.
I kind of want to have her take a look at that necklace. Make sure that it's, there's nothing too oogie boogie about it.
Yeah.
I am also thinking of asking her along the lines of whether or not she's noticed the ward that Galoma set up without mentioning it outright, just like if she's noticed a downtrend of occult events in town.
Or just, crime in general.
True.
Well, we should also ask it because Glomas has this whole thing where there's something still out there, right?
Yes.
Someone that
Yeah.
killed Antoine Babineau. Maybe she knows something about that. Maybe there's another entity around here that she may know about.
All right.
Are we even certain Galomas didn't kill him?
I'm confident that it wasn't him.
I don't think it was him, but I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty smart for a murderer to set himself up as the primary person aiding in researching the murder.
This is true.
If you're the one handling the evidence, you can easily hide it that you did it.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
but if that were the case, he can also just thing his way out of it and just pretend he's someone else and not get in trouble for it. So, like, exposing himself doesn't prove anything.
I know.
Well,
gotta
like the
talk
mayor's
about-
doing, it's easy
we
to throw
gotta-
someone else under the bus when you have them and have them like that.
We got to talk to him about where he gets his bodies. Have you ever thought
That
about
is a little
that?
disconcerting. Yeah.
Where does
no.
he just magic? He's like, I only come into town when I got to take a dead body away. I'm like, what is going on?
Perhaps there's one of his kin
known the better.
in the mortuary, in the morgue.
Yeah, maybe, but I'll be curious where he gets his body supply from. Anyway, that's for another day.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
let's go in there and see if she can help us figure out how to break what Colette did, or at least rid the house of ghosts in some way. We also should probably ask her if she knows about where the fuck Marcy, or not Marcy, but
I'm right here.
Clementine is.
yes.
Oh yes, we
Where
need
the
to. That
fuck
is.
did Marcy go?
Great idea.
I'm just
You
holding my,
better go
just hiding behind a shelf.
Our breath has been misting because you're, you're
Uh,
just a
I'm
ghost.
just a ghost the entire
Tonight's the
time.
anniversary.
I actually died in the manor when I fell.
Yeah.
That's the
Marcy's
twist
been
of
dead
this
for
season.
16 years.
Yeah.
Why'd
Yeah,
you
no,
ask the
that's-
anniversary?
That's a great idea. I think that's enough questions that we can get back in there. All right.
Yeah.
And he'll put his hand
And
out
break.
like
And
yeah,
break.
and break.
Yeah, we do the hand.
Phantom Finders on 3.
100%.
1, 2, 3.
We did.
Phantom Phinders.
And
Runs inside.
When you
Okay.
enter back into the back office,
She's
is
gone.
sitting at her desk, and she has out a crystal ball that she is staring into. She's quite
Sorry, I was
quite
just crying
entranced.
at the image of just like this is an unannounced thing that we all just immediately banned on. Like, yeah, no, we're doing this now.
Yeah, it felt very like Saved by the Bell for some reason to me. I don't know why.
Dude, that's
We freeze frame. She walks out. We're still just like floating in the air.
We're
Like,
still like
how
in
are
a
you
huddle,
doing
and
I was-
yeah, she's like Principal Belding looking out the
Yep.
window.
Well, anyways, you walk back into the office, and she is staring inside the crystal ball.
what you got there?
She says,
Pondering?
"Oh, just a little, centering meditation. Something I do to focus myself and, get in touch with various things." She gives you like a sly smile.
How many channels you get?
Hmm.
Who's
right.
your provider?
Just the
Time
one.
Warner.
Just the one.
I'm gonna be real with
Fucking
you.
losing
for-
it at Time Warner.
Jesus Christ.
Noah, I think
Oh,
he's
no.
trying to progress the plot a little.
I'm gonna cut the bullshit right now, Luna. All right.
Okay.
Colette's still in that building.
I thought so.
There's a spirit in there of her daughter. We've seen it. We've been attacked by it. It has my sister.
You sure it's her daughter?
It looks like her daughter.
Daughter
It acts
died
like her.
when she was born. I mean, how could
It,
It goes by her daughter's name.
it
like
goes
you
by
said.
Margot?
It goes by Marguerite.
Marguerite
It acts childish in nature.
Marguerite sounds like a diminutive version of Margot, right? Again, I think this might be not the child, but something to mock and torment.
Like you said, the things you love and all that, right?
Exactly.
Anyways, we've been going by Marguerite. There's been going by Marguerite. We've been calling it Marguerite. It's left creepy ass notes for us, and he'll hand her one of those. And it has Clementine. It has possessed her. I made a salt ring to try and protect us, and instead it vanished her.
Well, when I spoke with Clementine, she was fine just now.
Hold on. No.
She looks over to the thing. Now, you will have to go get her, but she said she was fine, but she does need your help. That's why you're here, right? To gear up? She steps out into the shop, and as she does, some like really strong 80s montage music comes on, and she begins walking through the aisles, like pointing to stuff, and it's really cool. It looks really cool. That's where we're ending.
I'm so immersed.
It looks so cool.
Thanks for tuning in once again to Chaos Springs Eternal presents Season 1, City of Woe. Big info dump episode, obviously. Got to meet Luna Blackwood, the Metaphysical Bookshop owner. Learned a little bit more about the Babineaus. Just a programming reminder, we're not having an episode the week of Thanksgiving. Just giving everyone a week off, and give you all a week off to, spend some time with your families. Make sure you go rate and review us on iTunes. Say hello to us if you see us around in Reddit or some Discord channels. We might be making our own Discord here soon. We're coming up on, 20... We've got 20 episodes now, but we've got more in the bag. But again, thanks for listening. Make sure to check the show notes for all of our links, and y'all have a good time. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Great, now they're recording. Let's start with you going...
Well, just cut it out! I remember one time I went to Cedar Point in Ohio, and one of my friends who, like I said, is very lactose intolerant. I learned she was very lactose intolerant because we ate tacos and had horchata and
God,
and some other things, and she's like pounding she ate like 4 of these cheesy quesadilla things. I'm like, hell yeah. She's like, by the way, I'm lactose intolerant. I was like,
oh,
we have a 4.5 hour car ride.
Oh God.
Like you said, yeah. Lactose intolerant is not an announcement of your actual dietary preference. It is a threat to other people around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did your friend ride the mean streak while she was there?
Probably.
That was gross. All right. Sorry.
No,
I
that
don't
was
know
funny.
what that means.
Edit.
Yeah.
No, keep it in. Mean Streak is a ride out Cedar Point, and it was a joke about like a brown streak.
There's a mean streak, and there used to be a blue streak, but I thought brown streak.
I think blue streak's gone.
I think blue streak's gone.
She says, yeah. I think I have a few things, and then like
you can't just be doing that.
Shut up. Dang it! Let me finish.
He was ending.
The Matrix scene of all the stuff coming out.
Shush. Nobody talk.
She says,
no, for real, don't anyone talk.
That's why you came here, right? To supply up.
Mark, shut up.
That's why you came here, right? To gear up. And she says, I think I have a few things. And then some like really kick-ass music comes on, like as she walks out and like walks through the aisles, and that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Did you do the Ghostbusters theme?
It's no,
Ray Parker Jr.?
the legally not protected parody of the Ghostbusters theme,
and
it's
also
Phantom
not by
Phinders theme
definition of badass music either.
Well, no, not like 80s. Like what am I thinking?
Butt rock.
Not butt
No,
rock.
butt rock was
No.
not an 80s thing.
It's like an 80s
If you believe,
like training
like guitar-
montage music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So that's
America.
That's where-
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
hang on, one more time. So she says, well,